Now it's 6:30 on WKYT this morning. How a community is stepping up to help a 7-year-old little girl who is the lone survivor of a plane crash that killed her family.
A woman is fighting for her life after spending more than an hour trapped inside her wrecked car.
And a wild story about a wild animal that ended up trapped inside a car.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome back in as we come back on the air at 6:30. Delighted to have you with us. First Monday of the brand new year. It's January 5th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. A couple of stories making the news right about now as all the kids are headed back to school. The flu and bitter cold.
Right, and that cold is going to be causing those temperatures to drop to near zero. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, it's nothing fun to hear when you're heading back to the daily grind, getting back to work, the kiddos off to school, and you got to talk about temperatures below zero in your forecast. Just not fun. But you know what? We go through it just about, and I say just about every single year. Live sky camera, there's your shot outside. Staying dry. I mean, we have a few clouds here and there, and temperatures are in the teens and 20s. Now, as we go through your day, we don't really rise that much, maybe 5 to 10 degrees, and that's about it. Mid-20s this afternoon. That's a cold day, but that actually looks cold or really warm compared to Wednesday, Thursday, when we'll be in the teens for highs. But about tonight, we'll even have a chance at some snow, and it's mainly 64 northbound. I'll go over the latest forecast, and I'll really iron out the details and show you a good map of where you can expect the snow and how much coming up.
All right, see you then. Here's the latest from WKYT.
We are learning some new details about a plane crash in western Kentucky that killed 4 family members.
Investigators now say only 7-year-old Sailor Gutzler survived the crash Friday night in Lyon County, and her parents, her sister, and her cousin all died when the plane went down. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is joining us from our live desk to explain how she may be able now, that little girl may be able to actually help the investigators. Hillary?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. The National Transportation Safety Board arrived on scene yesterday to begin their investigation into the crash that killed the 4 family members. Investigators say the Gutzler family was flying back home to Illinois from Florida when the pilot, Sailor's father Marty Gutzler, reported engine trouble over western Kentucky. They believe he was heading towards Kentucky Dam State Park Airport, but investigators think clouds may have made a visual landing difficult. The plane crashed less than 10 miles from that airport. The 7-year-old made her way from the wreckage and walked nearly a mile through dense woods to a nearby home to find help. Larry Wilkins says he heard a faint knock on his door, then found the little girl standing outside.
She was barefooted, by the way. She had one sock on her feet, and she walked all that distance barefooted. Brave little girl, extremely. She done a hell of a job as far as I'm concerned.
The plane was upside down. She utilized her non-injured arm and hand to free herself from the aircraft.
Was still strapped to her seat. She did only injure her wrist in that crash. The NTSB hopes to have a preliminary report on the crash soon. A final report could take more than a year. Meanwhile, friends have set up a fund to help Sailor. We will have a link to that site on WKYT.com. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, back to you.
Oh, just such a sad story. And then, of course, in all of that, Larry Wilkins, the gentleman there, doing the right thing and helping with the situation. It's 6:34 on WKYT, and it took Lexington firefighters more than an hour to free a woman from her car after it crashed into a tree. It happened last night on Dolan Lane off Leestown Road. The car was flipped onto its side and wrapped around a tree. The driver's side was crushed. Nearly 90 minutes after the crash, firefighters say they finally were able to fly the woman to UK Hospital. Police say she suffered serious internal injuries.
An argument between a father and son led to a deadly shooting in eastern Kentucky. State police say Bernard Rice shot his son, 51-year-old Tommy Rice, over the weekend in the Viper community of Perry County. Rice died by the time troopers arrived. Bernard Rice is charged with second-degree manslaughter. State police have not said what the 2 men were arguing about. Well, police arrested a man accused of shooting into a Lexington home with a family inside. Police charged Antoine Woods with several counts of wanton endangerment. He's also charged with being a felon in possession of a gun. Last week, police say Woods fired shots into a home on Honey J Court. 7 people, including several young children, were inside at the time. No one was hurt, but bullets did damage windows and walls.
Well, Louisville's Mayor Greg Fisher has placed that city's chief financial officer on unpaid leave after he was arrested for public intoxication and disorderly conduct. A police report says Steve Rowland was in a state of disrobe and in public view with a prominent female city official on Friday night inside an SUV. All right, well, thousands of students, including those in Fayette County, are heading back to school today.
Yep, the end of the holiday break comes at the same time there's been a spike in flu cases. WKYT's Mark Barber is live to explain how you can protect your family.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Doctors say this flu season has already been much more active than normal. Many schools have been disinfecting classrooms and hallways during Christmas break, but now break is over, and as you can tell by the flashing lights on the buses over my shoulder here, drivers are getting ready to pick up students and take them back to school. But doctors are hoping that parents realize before these students get into the classroom that they are going back to school during peak flu season. Now, before Christmas break, widespread illness shut down 5 central Kentucky schools due to sickness. Now, doctors say this could get even worse now because we are now in peak flu season. Health officials say good parenting could slow the spread of sickness. They say if your child has flu-like symptoms such as fever, sore throat, or aching muscles, keep them home.
I hope that most parents will evaluate their children, and if they have any symptoms that are suggestive of the flu or other respiratory illnesses, that they'll keep them home.
Now, when it comes to protecting yourself against the flu, doctors say it is not too late to get a flu shot. They also say practicing good hygiene, like remembering to wash your hands, can go a long way. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Well, with dangerously cold temperatures expected this week, those who help the homeless in Lexington are jumping into action. The Catholic Action Center wants to make sure everyone has a warm place to stay. The director says she's rolling out what's called the Compassionate Caravan. Volunteers will be out looking for folks without shelter and give them a ride. The center also needs help sorting through donated supplies. If you'd like to help out and volunteer, head to God's Net on East 7th Street today or tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock this morning.
Our time this morning is 6:37 on WKYT. Congress reconvenes tomorrow with Republicans in charge of both the House and the Senate. Incoming Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky has famously said that he wanted to make President Barack Obama a one-term president. That, as you know, didn't happen. So how does McConnell feel now that his legacy as Majority Leader is also tied to President Obama's last years in office?
Both of us came up short. I had hoped to make him a one-term president, and he had hoped to defeat me last fall. I think what the American people are saying is they want us both to still be here. They want us to look for things to agree on and see if we can make some progress for the country.
The U.S. House of Representatives will welcome 58 freshmen this week, including 43 Republicans and 15 Democrats, pushing the GOP majority to 246 members, the most since the Great Depression. In the Senate, 13 new lawmakers will be sworn in, all but one of them Republican, flipping control of that chamber to the GOP with a 54-vote majority. Back here in the Commonwealth, it looks like Democratic gubernatorial candidate Jeff Young is going to need a new running mate. His former running mate, Cherokee Schill, has posted on social media that she is dropping her candidacy for lieutenant governor. She posted, quote, "I have chosen to stay true to myself and have removed myself from someone I believe to be a manipulator," end quote. Schill originally pledged to run with Young last month. Candidates have until January 27th to file to run in the 2015 governor's race.
Well, it is Lexington Mayor Jim Gray's first full day of his second term in office. Mayor Gray, along with Vice Mayor Steve Cand, members of the Urban County Council, were sworn in yesterday during a ceremony at the Lexington Center. Mayor Gray said during his first term, the city added jobs and the economy grew. This term, he wants to bring fiber optic internet access to Lexington, improve parks, and improve public schools. A legal battle could be brewing over the state's decision not to give tax incentives to a religious theme park in northern Kentucky. The state withdrew the tax incentives offer last month, saying employees for Ark Encounter would be screened based on religion. Supporters of the project say the ministry behind the park, Answers in Genesis, should sue the state. An attorney representing the ministry says the state is not allowed to treat religious groups differently than other entities wanting tax benefits.
Well, there's a mystery out in Arizona this morning after a bobcat got stuck in the grill of a car.
Arizona Game and Fish officials say the bobcat was hit by a car before getting stuck. Amazingly, it survived without being hurt.
Get a little close-up view here in a second. Look at that, just kind of peeking out, I think. Half the people. There it is. Oh, my goodness.
It's got 9 lives.
Right. Well, they can be elusive, you know, fast cats. That's why they call them the Kentucky Wildcats, too, right? All right, 6:40 on WKYT this morning.
Let's check traffic now.
See what's going on with Officer Don and live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. No collisions, but of course things are starting to get a little bit slow on Harrodsburg Road. We're seeing the heaviest traffic at the moment approaching Military Pike to Manowar, just to slow down there. Also Nicholasville Road, getting into that around the circle. Let's get a look outside and we'll show you what to expect as you plan to head out the door this morning with a live look at Nicholasville and Pasadena. We're okay in that area. As we checked out Waze, we're in pretty good shape in a couple of places like Richmond Road at the circle. Some slowdowns there in that left turn lane to get to the inner loop. Also, as we talked about Harrodsburg Road, you can see the slowdown not only approaching Manowar, but down at the circle. But all lanes are open. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you very much. Welcome back. Hope you and Deanne had a great holiday, and they're off to a brand new year on 98.1 The Bull. And there's a lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning.
Beer is making more than one kind of a bottleneck in a Belgium town. We'll have a look at one company's unique way to avoid traffic troubles between its brewery and bottling plant.
I just looked at the latest weather data, and we're sitting there in the teens now, but looking toward Wednesday and Thursday, guys. Drop this, maybe even 20 degrees in some zones, and that's where we'll be sitting Thursday morning, maybe below 0. I'll show you the latest numbers coming up.